Yes, it is a potential problem. While it is not a violation of the National Electrical Code, it is not recommended to install line and load conductors in the same raceway when using a variable frequency drive or VFD. VFD generate voltage spikes and harmonics, which can induce noise voltage in the lower frequency load conductors. This induced voltage can damage the motor or cause it to malfunction. The National Electrical Code does not explicitly require separation of line and load conductors in the same raceway for VFD applications. However, Article 430.122 states that conductors shall be protected from physical damage. Installing line and load conductors in the same raceway can create a potential hazard due to the induced noise voltage. To avoid potential problems, it is recommended to separate the line and load conductors in different raceways when using a VFD. This can be done using a J-box or junction box to connect the two raceways. While it may not be a violation of the National Electrical Code, it is not advisable to install line and load conductors in the same raceway when using a VFD. Separating the conductors will help prevent potential problems caused by voltage spikes and harmonics. Let's delve deeper into the reasons behind this recommendation and explore best practices for VFD installations. Firstly, understanding harmonics is crucial. Harmonics are multiples of the fundamental frequency of the AC power supply, which is typically 60 Hz in North America. VFDs, due to their switching nature, generate significant harmonic distortion. These harmonics can travel back into the power system and affect other equipment. Secondly, voltage spikes are another concern. VFD use rapid switching of power semiconductors to control the voltage and frequency supplied to the motor. This rapid switching can create voltage spikes, which are short-duration, high-voltage transients. These spikes can stress the insulation of the motor and other components. The induced noise voltage from the load conductors is a direct result of these harmonics and voltage spikes. When the line and load conductors are run in close proximity, such as within the same raceway, the electromagnetic fields generated by the line conductors can induce a voltage in the load conductors. This induced voltage can interfere with the proper operation of the motor and can even damage it over time. Article 430.122 of the National Electrical Code emphasizes the importance of protecting conductors from physical damage. While the induced noise voltage may not be considered physical damage in the traditional sense, it can certainly lead to premature failure of the motor and other equipment. Therefore, separating the line and load conductors can be seen as a way to protect the conductors from this type of electrical damage. Using a J-box or junction box to connect the two raceways provides a physical separation between the line and load conductors. This separation reduces the amount of induced noise voltage on the load conductors. It is also important to use shielded cable for the load conductors. Shielded cable has a conductive shield that surrounds the conductors and is grounded. The shield helps to block electromagnetic interference and reduces the amount of induced noise voltage. When selecting a VFD, it is important to choose one that has built-in harmonic mitigation features. Some VFD have filters or reactors that help to reduce the amount of harmonic distortion generated by the drive. These features can help to improve the power quality of the electrical system and reduce the risk of problems caused by harmonics. Grounding is also a critical aspect of VFD installations. Proper grounding helps to minimize the effects of voltage spikes and harmonics. It is important to follow the manufacturer's recommendations for grounding the VFD and the motor. In addition to separating the line and load conductors, using shielded cable, and selecting a VFD with harmonic mitigation features, there are other best practices that can help to ensure a reliable VFD installation. These include using surge protection devices to protect the VFD and the motor from voltage surges, using line reactors to reduce the effects of harmonics on the power system, and using proper cable termination techniques to ensure a good electrical connection. Furthermore, consider the distance between the VFD and the motor. Longer distances can exacerbate the effects of voltage spikes and harmonics. If the distance is significant, it may be necessary to use a line filter or other mitigation techniques. Also, pay attention to the type of motor being used. Some motors are more susceptible to damage from voltage spikes and harmonics than others. If the motor is particularly sensitive, it may be necessary to use a special type of motor that is designed to withstand these types of disturbances. Regularly inspect the VFD and the motor for signs of damage or wear. This can help to identify potential problems early on before they lead to a failure. Look for things like loose connections, damaged insulation, and excessive heat. Keeping the VFD and the motor clean and free of dust and debris can also help to prevent problems. Dust and debris can insulate the components and cause them to overheat. When troubleshooting VFD problems, it is important to have a good understanding of how the VFD works and the potential causes of problems. Use a multimeter or oscilloscope to measure the voltage and current on the line and load conductors. This can help to identify problems such as voltage spikes, harmonics, and unbalanced currents. Consult the VFD manufacturer's documentation for troubleshooting tips and procedures. The documentation may provide specific guidance on how to diagnose and resolve common problems. If you are not comfortable working on electrical equipment, it is best to consult with a qualified electrician. Working with electricity can be dangerous, and it is important to take precautions to avoid injury. Remember to always disconnect the power to the VFD and the motor before working on them. Use insulated tools and wear appropriate personal protective equipment, such as safety glasses and gloves. By following these recommendations and best practices, you can help to ensure a reliable and trouble-free VFD installation. Separating the line and load conductors is just one aspect of a comprehensive approach to VFD installations. In conclusion, while the National Electrical Code may not explicitly prohibit running line and load conductors in the same raceway for VFD applications, it is generally not recommended due to the potential for voltage spikes, harmonics, and induced noise voltage. Separating the conductors, using shielded cable, selecting a VFD with harmonic mitigation features, and following proper grounding practices can help to prevent these problems and ensure a reliable VFD installation. Remember to always consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions or concerns about VFD installations. They can provide expert guidance and ensure that the installation is done safely and correctly. Finally, stay up to date on the latest National Electrical Code requirements and industry best practices for VFD installations. The electrical industry is constantly evolving, and it is important to stay informed about the latest changes and developments. This will help you to ensure that your VFD installations are safe, reliable, and compliant with all applicable codes and standards. Remember that a proactive approach to VFD installations, including proper planning, design, installation, and maintenance, is key to minimizing the risk of problems and maximizing the performance and lifespan of your VFD system. Taking the time to do things right from the start can save you time, money, and headaches in the long run.